So who wants to talk while I get my notes back? No one?
Who's on my phone?
I'm on Tessa's.
Oh, all right. Hello.
We're talking about Avengers. She's explaining it to me because movies are awful.
the first one?
Oh
No, basically all of it.
Oh, okay.
She asked a single question, and I've gone on a 20-minute rant.
Please enlighten me. What was the question?
She asked if Steve Rogers got married.
Oh.
And somehow I've ended up in Age of Ultron.
Okay.
It's fine. It's like fascinating, but I don't have the attention span to sit through like all the movies.
She doesn't have the attention span to sit through the movies.
I don't even have an attention span.
There's like over 20 movies. Like
it's like 26,
like
I think.
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't even seen all the movies. I mean, I like the movies.
I like the ones I've seen. I just started watching the MCU, but before I started watching it, I got most of it spoiled for me already. So I've only just finished the first Avengers. Like, I'm watching Thor: The Dark World now because I'm watching them in chronological order. But I've had enough spoiled for me that I know what happens during Endgame.
I mean, that happened to me too. But yeah, I've liked the ones I've seen.
I can read like any book, but movies, I'm awful.
No, I get it. It's because like with reading, you can like read at your own pace, but with a movie, you got to sit down for like 2 hours.
I finished 3 books in 2 days that were each 800 pages long.
Yeah, see, exactly.
I mean, as you should.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get my notes back, and I explained this to Audrey last week, but basically my phone was messing up, and it deleted all of our Starfinder notes, so I gotta watch through and put down the star system names again, because you can't ask me to remember that. What am I, the DM? Come on.
Oh, not at all.
No. Jesus, hard enough to remember the character names.
Confiscate these.
What?
Confiscate those.
Confiscate?
Confidence.
Confidence skate.
Wait, now you confuse me. How is it actually said?
Confiscate.
Confiscate?
Kinsey? I say the word takeaway to start of the scene.
Confiscate. Confiscate.
Confiscate. Oh man.
I can't English.
Confiscate.
Let me tell you, that's going to be a bit of a problem.
Well, it's sad. I have like so many words, like a bunch of Richard at school. He has a list of all the words I can't say, and it's sad. It's like Pacific.
Pacific Rim. That's a good movie.
I can't say till.
Teal?
Yeah. Tile. Teals. Teal. I can do teal like that. But it just sounds freaking stupid.
Teal?
I can't say amendment.
Amendment?
I can say amendment.
Amendment? I think you just proved yourself wrong on that front.
No, amendment.
Eminem?
Ask Gavin. Oh no, amendment.
He's coming on sometime. You said he should be on in a little bit. Did you see? By the way, did you see what I posted in the other Discord server?
Did.
Yeah, he was making a soundtrack, and he's got 6 songs up, and they're great.
Casey, until she was like 12, or no, Casey until she was like 14, always called spaghetti Scabettis.
Sketty. I call it sketty.
No, Scabetti.
I know, but I just call it
Scabetti.
sketty.
Like, I called it spaghetti. I call it spaghetti. Whatever the word I just said was, now it's leaving my brain. Because I have the attention span of a peanut.
I have one of a goldfish, bitch, so I feel it.
But, no. Anyway, while you're getting the notes back, I'm going to go back on my rant to Audrey about,
Well, you're not.
Like I am.
She's like, I thought I'd escape.
No. Later.
I still haven't answered your question, though.
Yes, later. Now I'm trying to figure out how to amendment.
1 hour later. So does he get married or not? Let me finish.
Richard! Stupid. This boy just got in a BMX fight. I mean, BMX crash.
What?
I don't know.
He's stupid. Why are all my friends stupid? Well,
Ouch.
most of my friends are stupid.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Exact message because a character was making me angry in the fic that I was reading. It says, okay, I just caught up on updates. School started and I missed like the last 7. And I'm going to fight Nathan. Like, I'm going to drop kick him across an American football field. And they thought it was hilarious that I had to classify that I was drop kicking him across an American football field.
Wow.
I don't know how I'm supposed to drop kick a fictional character. But when someone lets me know how I can do that, I have like a lot of them that I want to drop kick.
Facts.
August is at the top.
Ooh.
I'm gonna
Off topic.
drop kick that man into the ocean.
Off topic.
With a brick to
real
his foot.
quick.
Huh.
Off topic. It kind of just came to me.
What?
I dyed my hair black,
Yeah.
like all of it black. This over here is pink, okay? Like it's black, but there's like pink stripes over here, okay?
Yeah.
And then, blue.
Okay.
Should I do it?
I guess.
It's like base is black, but like streaks of pink over here, and then like a
Yeah.
strong streak of blue right there.
Maybe. You can get someone that can do it right.
It took my computer like 5 minutes to fucking boot up.
Nice. I'm almost done getting all our notes. I just need to find where in the video I said what the second star system was. So that's going to be fun.
What happened to the notes?
My phone was messing up,
Oh.
and I fixed it, but it deleted our notes.
Fucking phones conspiring against us.
Yeah, I mean, I could just call the second star system something else. It really doesn't matter. We only had 1 episode, and
yeah,
it's been so long since the last one that I don't think it really matters. I got all the other notes, so it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't think it's like referenced anywhere aside from in that video anyways, so.
Yeah, let me just there we are. Okay. Yeah, there we go. I got pretty much everything. So, all right. So before we begin, I just wanted to say a couple things. So, I already told them and I'm pretty sure you saw that I put it in the other
Yes.
server. But yeah, the soundtrack is a thing, and it's really good, and it's super just cool, and all the songs are great. You're very welcome. I did use them in my videos, by the way, and in my latest video, I did use them, a couple of them. So
hell yeah.
Yeah, and I did put you in the description. So there we go. So there's that, and then I did tell Gavin, and I guess I'll tell you guys, even though you won't know how it works or what necessarily I mean by this, but this campaign is going to have 2 possible routes that our characters could go on, and it all depends on their actions and their attitudes towards certain people. So
1, we die. 2, we almost die.
No, it's not. It's not that. It's how the rest of the world that they're going to be like. I'm saying world as in just like all the characters they meet and like the different factions and everything, how they view our characters.
Oh boy.
Yeah, there are 2 main, at least from how I can imagine it, there are 2 main outcomes, and I thought of 2 specific scenes, and I don't want to say what those are, but it all has to do with how the world and how the characters will treat our characters.
We're gonna be treated like shit. Let's go.
Yeah, probably. Like either way. Oh yeah, I don't know if you want me to just like message you about this, Gavin, but there was a character I thought of that Deselect knows very well that we would see sometime in the future.
Yes.
Do you want me to message you about that? Or
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So real quick, you think you could make a recording of that? Yeah. I bet you saw that. Yeah, make a recording of the video.
Make sure that I close some shit so that OBS will actually like work.
Okay. And if you're wondering why Tessa is mute, it's because she is going on a gigantic rant to Audrey about, I'm assuming, the entire MCU timeline.
Not currently.
I started doing it because my head could not take the
You're gonna
fuck English.
The MCU?
Yeah.
It's a single question.
I asked a single question.
She asked a single question, and I went on. She asked one question about the Marvel Universe, and I went on a 20-minute rant and still haven't answered the question.
I just want to know, what does he get married? Just
sound like me.
I wish I could give you the simple answer, but I haven't watched enough of the movies to actually know. I mean, I know what happens to him, but I don't know if he gets married sometime.
Shut
during
up,
that.
I know what happens to him. I haven't got that far yet, but I still know. I also know the answer, but I was trying to explain things in detail, and I got sidetracked. I still haven't answered a question.
Really? You know what? I'll just ask.
Alright, I'm gonna do a test recording real quick.
Okay.
You talk now. Okay. The background noise on my end is gonna be fucking awful.
Well, that's okay. It's the backup. Okay, here. So I had to look up what this race was.
Okay, Gavin, please tell them what word I'm trying to say. Impediment.
Impediment?
Yes.
Oh.
Good lord.
That was the word.
Yeah, we both thought she was trying to say amendment.
No, and we asked if she was trying to say amendment. So she goes, I can say amendment.
Yeah, I remember you struggling with that one.
I struggle with all words.
Ah, yes, I like this part of the recording where I just can't hear anything. What the
Oh, nice.
Okay, hold on. I have to do this every time I use OBS. I have to figure out what it's doing, where it's getting its fucking inputs from. Device not connected or available. Eat shit.
Not today, thanks.
Okay.
Maybe tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, this.
All right, there we go. I got our stuff down. Oh no! Now I gotta think. Oh, now I gotta think of a planet name. Ah, this is the worst.
You can just think of like a random ass word and then put numbers after it. Numbers
trust me, that's what I do. I'm just like, there, I got everything set up for this session. And then my mind's like, but they're gonna go to another planet this session. It's like, damn it.
Knew I was forgetting something.
Okay. We're going to continue the plot?
Okay. I'm doing another recording. I'm also going to turn down my fans. That should help. That wasn't a good sound. Alright, can you say something? Okay.
Just say
Let's see this recording. Oh man, you can hear everything.
Is that good or is that bad?
Hold on. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. So it worked. I just need to lower myself and raise you up.
Alright, that's easy enough.
Yep. That works too, because that'll cut out a lot of the background noise. And alright, trying again. Okay. Listen to this. Alright, that works. I'm just gonna raise you up a bit and then start recording.
Alright. Okay. And they've got a look of races in here.
There we go.
Jeez. Being a DM is hard.
I gotta read this whole book?
Yeah, what? I quit, man. Campaign's over, everybody.
What the fuck is this thing? It's got like 20 sides and a bunch of numbers on it.
Yeah.
Where am I?
Yeah, we're playing D&D. What does that stand for?
Dunkins and Donuts.
That's I
remember whenever I tried to
dummies and dipshits.
Whenever I tried to run a campaign, we had this Google Doc where we put all like the character information and everything. And the fucking title of the Google Doc kept changing from like Dungeons and Dragons to Dunkin' and Donuts to I'm fucking ballin', Your Honor, to like whatever other garbage.
I mean,
TNs and squares.
It's true though. The judge can't deny.
But, Your Honor, my client here is red-pilled and based.
Yes, that is true.
Objection. Cringe.
Yeah, exactly. The prosecution makes a good point. Defense?
It was a joke.
Guilty. All right. Are we ready? We ready to go? I'll pull out all these die.
I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do for Deselect's voice, so I think for the time being, it is just going to be this hideous morphing of a lot of different accents until I can actually get something down.
That kind of works for his character if you think about it. Like, yeah, you could make the in-universe excuse of like he's had to use a lot of fake languages, so his voice just like kind of switches between like accent and the way he would talk to other people.
You see, actually, I'm the best voice actor. I'm just intentionally sucking ass.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. That's how you want to say it. All right. So, last time on Starfinder Z, we got to the Intergalactic Defense Garrison's HQ in the Nebulon star system after we fought some space pirates, and we're taking Blue there because our commander. I have written her name down if you would like to hear it, since we would know what her name is. Her name is Ferris Claymore. She is a human. And none of our characters know anything about her other than the fact that she is extremely strict.
Yeah. I feel like the last name Claymore is fitting.
Yeah.
Maybe first name, I don't know.
Yes, that's why I named her that. So, beginning from where we left off, the Marrier docks down at the HQ satellite.
Messier.
Is it Messier? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Messier 87. Okay. Off to a great start already. So, we dock at the HQ satellite. The Intergalactic Defense Garrison's HQ is a gigantic satellite, just sort of floating out in the Nebulon star system. It's mainly white, and it kind of looks like, from a distance, it looks like a large cross. And all the floors on it, for the most part, are jail cells. And all the floors on the middle to the bottom part of the cross are all the cells for the prisoners. And all the rooms above that are pretty much just meeting rooms for all the officers. And there is a cafeteria there. And at the very top are where the commanders are. Now, the commanders, some of them have been officers in the past that have been promoted. However, most of them are basically just there to give commands. They get news from the government of issues on various planets throughout the star system and the neighboring star system, and the commanders give orders to their subordinate officers to go out and deal with the issues. Well, we're here.
Oh, good lord.
I wonder how she's going to chew me out this time.
Well, let's try not to make too much of a mess of this situation.
And Cyrus kind of looks over at Blue, and the fact that she is no longer in any sort of restraints or handcuffs. Yeah, I think it's a little too late for that. He walks over to Blue. Do not kill anybody. Okay? I'm just imagining Blue just standing there in complete silence, like trying to process the question or what he's telling her.
That is not very reassuring.
I'm not gonna.
All right.
That works.
Just making sure.
Are we muted?
No, you are not muted.
Well, now you are.
Well, now they are. Now they are. Okay. So, the crew step off of the ship, and 2 guards stand in front of the doorway that leads into the headquarters. And as soon as they see all the officers walk out with the unrestrained prisoner, they ready their arms.
Everything is mostly fine.
Look, we just want to get through. We gotta talk to the commander. She's not gonna hurt anybody. We swear. Blue, raise your hand. Blue, right? He just kind of like forces her to raise her hand. So the guards look at each other in slight disbelief, but they move out of the way. And the crew...
Good. We're making it into the satellite.
Step 1 down. They walk inside. Now, as soon as you enter the headquarters, it is a long hallway, and there are windows lining it where you can see the stars all about, and it's actually very peaceful. The crew, normally when they walk down this hall before they start a mission, it's actually kind of peaceful. Because normally this hall isn't crowded with people. Only whenever there's an actual galactic emergency, which doesn't happen often, are there like people crowding this hallway. So it's just a nice, quiet walk down to your ship before you start your mission. However, as the group walk down this hallway and they get to the door connecting to the main meeting room, they can already hear a lot of people talking.
Oh, gonna be a long stay in the break room after this.
Yep. They open the door and they see all of the other garrison officers are having some sort of large conversation. And as soon as they enter the meeting room, the conversation quickly dies to a very unsettling silence. So I just see like they're all just kind of like looking at all of the garrison officers, and some of them try to kind of look away from them and act like they're still doing their own thing, but they see most of them are staring at them. Others are kind of whispering to each other while looking, and there are a good many that seem to be holding back a laughter as they look at our group.
I want to get attitude and just like, what?
So, after Blue says that, the officers, so they didn't really see Blue as they all walked in, because Blue was kind of behind the group, and when she said what and it got all of their attention, they all saw her and how she was not restrained. And they stop laughing. They all look at each other with very worried looks and look back.
I am going to request a gunner for the next mission.
Yeah, I don't blame you. And in fact, I hope I don't get any of you on my next mission. Then, a very burly officer approaches them. His name is Ishtar. He is in Akeshti, which is a very lizard-like race. This race mainly has two different types. They have the very burly and masculine variant, which, mainly focus on hand-to-hand combat and are mainly trained as soldiers. The other variant are known as scholars. These variants are known for their high ability in using magic, and they have made a lot of magic discoveries throughout the galaxy. They are a very well-coveted race, and Ishtar is a very high-ranking officer. And all three of them know who Ishtar is. He's basically their supervisor. He's under the commander, but he basically makes sure that whenever they come in, they get their mission and they do exactly what they need to do. The commander is waiting for you.
Well, let's not keep her waiting.
Yeah, let's not. And they all started to follow. And they were heading towards the middle of the room, which has the large elevator shaft that leads up or down the HQ. And as they started walking, they could hear some officers kind of whispering to each other, that's Ishtar. Oh, they're going to get it now. And the other officer that heard that just nodded. And they could hear more whispers throughout. Jeez.
Can I just turn around and glare at them because I hear them?
Yes. So Blue I see Blue kind of like stomping one foot on the ground, like to stop, and just turns and glares at all of them. Yeah. And as soon as they see Blue's glaring eyes, they all just kind of like freeze up.
Come on!
I see them terrified, and I like nod with a satisfied smirk on my face.
Yeah, and she hears the one that whispered before. Isn't that the android? And the one shook their head. So Blue happily gets into the elevator as it begins to ascend. Now, Ishtar has had his arms folded this whole time. He did not look happy. And it was going to take a little bit for them to reach the top floor in order to meet the commander. So Ishtar decided it was finally time to actually talk about their situation.
Queen.
I hope you know you all are on very thin ice. And when I say very, I mean very. You have all been on extremely thin ice for a long time now.
We're very sorry.
I'm an android. I
Sorry.
shouldn't be on ice at all.
You are a very special case android. We have some use for you.
Oh,
These others, I'm not sure if we have use for them anymore.
if you got use for me, you got use for them.
Yeah, why don't you listen to the killer android?
Call on someone else when you want to go collect world genocider. And then evade an entire space pirate brigade without a gunner.
Yes, I must admit, that was quite impressive how you managed to get through that. And you did manage to capture the android, even if they are not restrained. I cannot give you all the details, but the commander has had enough of you all.
Haven't we all just had enough of everything?
Blue, stop speaking out of turn.
Do what I want. Shut it.
I see Artemis immediately just kind of shutting up, but not because Blue told her to shut up. It's because she doesn't want to annoy Blue, because she's extremely nice, but she also doesn't want Blue to annoy other people, so she's very conflicted about what she should do. The elevator comes to a stop, doors open, and ahead of them is the hall lined with doors which lead to the rooms for all of the commanders. Ishtar leads them down the hall to room 518. This is where Commander Claymore is. He opens the door without saying a word, and the others walk inside. There they see Commander Claymore. She's honestly incredibly basic looking for a human. I mean, they all think humans look incredibly basic. But for her, I mean, she's got long blonde hair. It's really the only defining trait she has, looks-wise. However, the one thing that all of them notice all the time, especially now, are her eyes, and the fact that they have never seen her look happy whenever she sees them. This time is no exception. She has her hands kind of folded together, trying to look professional, on having them folded together on her desk. She's trying to look very professional, but they can tell from the look she is giving them that she is not at all happy.
Hi, ma'am.
Shut up.
Hello, Artemis.
Hi.
I see you brought the android.
Yeah.
My name is Blue.
Blue, be kind.
Blue.
Right. Nice.
She takes out like a checklist, starts writing something on there, lays it back down. I'm going to make this quick.
I'm sure you are.
I am pulling a lot of strings to keep you all on the garrison. Now, considering that you have brought us the android, not only that, but you have shown the android's battle capabilities, I believe that will be enough to keep you all on the garrison. Now then, as for you, Blue, normally a criminal of your rank would be immediately dismantled.
Oh, joy.
However, the garrison has found an alternate proposition for you. You can either be dismantled, or you can work for us. Become an enforcer for one of our garrison teams. And I see, yeah, like everyone in the group, their eyes just completely wide.
But ma'am, she's a war machine. And
I don't believe she was talking to you, Artemis.
But Blue, you know it's true.
Doesn't mean she was talking to you.
No, which
I kind of agree with Artemis on this one. She killed an entire planet.
I mean, is this a military organization now?
I have no control over what the higher-ups demand. They saw potential in what she could do, so I am simply giving her the option.
Oh, it was the higher-ups. Haha, that means none of y'all can do nothing about it.
Blue, you don't have to be so mean about it.
Don't I, though?
No, I actually think niceness is a better way to go around.
And you're soft. So,
I'm not sure.
We could use some kind of gunner.
yeah.
But that means violence.
That means violence. Yeah, that's the whole point.
If it
I
weren't
actually do agree with Deselect.
But
You
ma'am,
see, your team is a bit of an experimental one. I believe having Blue be your gunner and enforcer would greatly raise your standings here in the garrison.
well,
For me, everyone's a problem.
I see Desolate kind of like rubbing his like what the heck does he have?
like claw things.
Yeah, his like claws together, like like really evilly. Like, oh, I mean, you know, it's we can't really deny that now, can we? But this is your decision.
Works for me. They're the ones that have a problem.
Dismantle
Stay out
her?
of it.
I don't think either are good solutions. Can't we just reprogram her?
As if I'd let you get close enough.
Reprogram. Okay, I know that she's, an android and she's killed a lot of people, but I don't really think we should reprogram. Reprogramming is the only way we can ensure that she will not kill anyone innocent on the mission.
Exactly.
Athena, shut up.
Who's Athena?
Or Artemis. My brain is still working like Artemis.
Blue's still
Artemis,
malfunctioning a little bit. It's, it's just fine.
Artemis, shut up.
Brand, yeah, her processors are still trying to get at full capacity, and this is fine.
I need drinkage.
However, if I were to not say anything about Blue not being reprogrammed, Blue would be able to keep her current state of mind and still join you on your missions. Oh, good lord.
I mean, not reprogramming me is about the only way you're going to get me to agree. Because otherwise, I don't have a problem.
Okay. Then that is what we will do. But if one innocent death happens on one of your missions, Blue is immediately getting dismantled, and you all are being immediately terminated from the garrison.
Oh.
Am I understood?
Yes, completely.
Yes. Good. Now, you do have another mission. Talon 4, a planet here in the Nebulon system, has currently been in a war. You see, the two races, the Marquo, the race native to Talon 4, have been visited by, and she's pulling up like holograms of the races. So the Marquo look slightly humanoid, but they, while they are humanoid shaped and their faces are very human-like, their bodies are covered with fur, and they do have long tails. Now let me get the other race. I lost it in here. Here we go. The Nuar. The Nuar came seeking peace with the Marquo. However, for reasons that we are not aware of, a war between the two has broken out. We need this war resolved, either peacefully or by forcing the sides to stop.
She vanished.
I vote force.
No force. I believe peace. We could solve it in peace.
It's terribly convenient then that we have a walking weapon of mass destruction.
The commander kind of smirks as he said that. Indeed, it is very convenient.
That's not a coincidence, is it?
It's definitely not.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go to the break room a bit before we head out.
That's perfectly fine. However, you are due to leave in an hour. So don't wait too long.
That works.
So they all leave the room, and Ishtar kind of walks them back to the elevator, but he does not enter with them. They all enter the elevator and begin descending down. Ah, great. So not only do we have a walking weapon of mass destruction, but we're going to a war! This could get any worse.
I didn't expect this. I struggle to see how we're cut out for that.
Huh.
We only just now got a gunner. And
In
it happens
fact,
to be one of the deadliest assets. The good God.
you know, we just met last mission. And we're still stuck with each other. You think the commander has some sort of ulterior motive here?
Probably.
I get the impression that we're all in the same team because
Maybe she just wants to get
we don't work very well together. That makes any sense?
That's an understatement.
You all are about violence, and that's not how we should be.
I'm
If it
not.
weren't for violence, we'd currently be slaves for some pirate raiders.
No, if
Or
we
dead.
can negotiate.
If we're lucky.
No, peace is always an option.
Except when it isn't.
Naive.
No, I just want the world to change. I understand that violence must be inserted to have peace, but first.
First you sound like a 3-year-old.
This can only end poorly.
The way that it will end by committing peace all around the galaxies.
Committing peace. I'm sorry. that sounds like a justification for like genocide, or like a cover up.
Shh, be quiet.
People can't fight if they're dead.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, see, it's the Ultron mentality. You know, if humans are destroying the world, then destroying the humans will save the world.
Yeah.
So the elevator stops back down at the break room, and
I did say.
As they get there, they see less officers there than in the main meeting room, and there is a coffee machine in the corner. Cybrix immediately goes to that.
I want like Deselect to go and like sit down and read one of the shitty like magazines.
Yeah.
Or his equivalent of sitting down, I guess.
So Deselect kind of floats over to one of the chairs and just kind of like lays like the lower half of his body in the chair. He picks up one of the magazines. I gotta think of something. It's a Star Rover Quarterly Mag. It's just like kind of all relaxed, just like flipping through the pages.
At least we're still on the force. If that's a good thing.
I see him like secretly having a subscription to that magazine. Like he get like it's just his like comfort food basically. So he doesn't even really care what's in it. He just likes reading it. So he actually has a subscription for it. Oh, Lord. This is the new issue.
Man, these chassis are really going downhill. Literally, look at this shit. They have new downhill testing.
He shows the comic or the magazine over to the officer next to him, and the officer just kind of like, it's like, yeah. What are Blue and Artemis doing right now? Oh, they muted themselves.
I don't know. We're just kind of sitting here.
I don't know is a really good description, actually.
Yeah.
We're just randomly arguing over shit in the background, paying no attention.
I mean, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so Artemis and Blue are still continuing their argument about well, it's not really an argument. It's basically just Artemis being offended that Blue called her a 3-year-old.
Artemis is offended, and I'm not even like throwing anything back. I'm just mocking her after.
Yeah, exactly.
So rude. So rude. It's not kind to do that.
Cybrix, he's like, while this is going on, he's already drank like 2 full cups of coffee, and he's getting a third.
You know, coffee's not for you.
Nobody asked you.
Yep, I'm gonna need a 4th cup.
It's not because of me. It's because of her. She's not being kind.
Nobody asked.
Damn.
You're hitting that coffee like my siblings hit solarium crystals. Frankly, I can't blame you. Jesus.
So their time eventually comes. They don't know how long they've been in there, but they know they have to leave soon. So they all begrudgingly get back into the elevator together, go back down to the main meeting room, and they are still met with the stares of the officers. However, this time the whispers are, they still have their badges. Did they not get fired? And like all the officers, nah, they have to have gotten fired. There's no way. For the record, we haven't been fired.
Cybrix, don't start problems.
Man, you know, I always knew I had some kind of telepathy in me, but I didn't think I could make people stare at me this much.
Deselect. Ugh.
They walk down back to the quiet hallway and away from all the noise, all the judging looks, and they all kind of just relax in the long, quiet, peaceful hallway. And they all kind of walk slowly down it. because they know that it's not going to be this calm and this quiet for long. They're going to have to go back on their ship and deal with each other for another like half hour or so until they get to Talon 4.
Have you ever been to Talon 4?
No, actually.
I've not read that much about it. Or seen that much about it, to be honest.
I've heard that the Mark IV are actually some pretty skilled fighters, so...
Well, I don't think any of us are... Okay, I don't think most of us are genuinely considering genocide.
I hope not. Well, I guess since we're going to have to be dealing with each other for another mission, maybe let's try not to hate each other until we get back.
Good idea.
So they get back outside. They walk back to the Messier. And they begin to strap in. They all go to their positions, and Blue eagerly gets to sit in the gunner chair without having to be helped.
Yay!
I see Blue just kind of like aiming it around, just like imagining like ships coming at them and just firing it.
Yeah. Like someone has to like stand next to me to make sure I can't pull the trigger.
yeah, it's going to be Artemis.
That is an awful idea. Artemis is going to be sitting there trying to convince her to not pull the trigger.
Yeah, don't shoot, you'll hurt someone. That's the point. I wouldn't shoot if I wasn't trying to hurt someone.
Exactly.
And when am I not trying to hurt someone?
And Cybrix sits down in the pilot's chair. Whoa! Is that is that some of Artemis's hidden persona leaking out? Her alter ego?
No! She's talking to somebody and apparently our phone didn't want to work.
No.
Okay.
I called him a.
Okay. I was like, that could go somewhere. Artemis secretly hating everyone and everything, and but no.
Maybe this is just her way of hating everyone and everything. By trying to, like, get no one to fight. So everyone just gets killed by the people that are willing to fight.
I mean, that maybe.
Pretending to hate fighting so that just out of the blue, whenever everyone seems to be calm, she just swoops in and just kills everyone.
Oops.
Goals.
Goal. I was thinking it could be a thing like she knows that it's not good to lash out, but she's just got so much hate deep down that one time it just all comes out. I don't know. We can save that for a future plot point.
Oh Lord!
Audrey's laughing so hard she's like hacking her lungs out, coughing.
So, Cybrix sits down in the pilot's chair, and on the console he types in Talon 4, and the coordinates appear. He presses it, a map displays, and they take off. Now, as they're speeding away from the headquarters, Cybrix is checking the monitor. He's making sure he doesn't see any unwanted attention. Blue, keep an eye out for pirates.
I'm gonna have a distress signal pre-prepared.
All right. Now, Deselect goes into the conference room and he starts getting that set up. Now, okay, I should ask, since he is going to the conference room to do this, do you want him to take out the AI again?
Yes.
Okay. So once Deselect is in the conference room, and he looks around just to make sure like no one snuck in here or anything. And he takes out the drive, he places it into the console, and the AI appears. Hello, sir. How may I help you?
Hello. I'm just here to talk again, I guess.
I see.
Hearing the commander talk about the higher-ups and just brushing aside the fact that they are repurposing an AI machine, an android that is genocided an entire planet, it actually kind of got to me. In a way that things usually don't.
Yes, that is quite a troubling thought.
This group is very strange.
Yes. I have seen from the information put on the console that, yes, they are quite odd.
Well, I should start actually doing my job.
All right, sir.
All right. Thank you.
You're very welcome, sir. And he removes the drive and he starts creating the distress beacon. Now, back with the others, I see Artemis just with this worried look on her face, just kind of like making sure that Blue isn't just like firing shots out randomly because she could hit another ship and hurt someone. Cybrix is still cruising along, just making sure there aren't any pirates that come up on the display.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get a water.
All right. And as they continue flying through, and they do pass several planets as they are flying throughout the star system, they see something that causes Cybrix to kind of slow the ship down. They see what appears to be a cargo ship, and it specifically has the Broxon Corp logo on the side. Now, the Broxon Corporation, or Broxon Corp, or most people just shorten it to Broxon, is a company that specializes in sending different materials to planets all throughout the galaxy. They are known for basically giving out like just random toys and stuff that isn't really necessary to actual power sources that planets need in order to survive. They basically give everything. And they see this cargo ship, and it appears to have been blasted open. Like, it's just kind of floating there with a giant hole in the side. You guys want to go check it out?
Sure.
So, Cybrix turns the ship towards the cargo ship. Now, Cybrix gets up.
Need anything.
And he walks over by the jail cells where, hanging up, they have their space suits. So Cybrix puts his on. So does Artemis. And Blue kind of looks at it and then remembers that she's a robot and doesn't need to breathe. So just kind of like walks past it like, meh. I don't want to go too far without Gavin.
What did I miss?
Okay. So we were flying through. We passed some planets, and there was a Broxon cargo ship that had a hole in it, and it was just kind of floating there. And Cybrix wanted to check it out.
Oh.
So did Blue. So as Deselect leaves the conference room, now having the distress beacon all ready, he notices that everyone has left their seat and that the ship has stopped.
Do we need to use the distress beacon already?
He looks and he sees that everyone is in their spacesuit. Well, of course he doesn't need one, but Artemis and Cybrix are in spacesuits about to open the door to the ship.
What's happening?
So there's an abandoned Broxon ship just floating out there, and we're gonna go check it out.
Oh. Well, guess I might as well tag along.
So Cybrix opens the door to the ship, and he pushes a button to extend a bridge, which connects to the hole in the Broxon cargo ship. And they all begin to cross the bridge over. Now, of course, this is the first time Deselect sees the ship, and he sees the hole, just this gaping hole in this ship. And he has an idea of what it could be. Actually, could you roll for wisdom?
Yes.
To see if he can tell what it is. Oh, wow.
Jesus.
Okay. That's ridiculous. All right. So Deselect knows exactly from the shape of this hole, the impact size, he can tell that this weapon was I don't know if this is a real weapon or not in the game, but you know what? Whatever. He can tell that it is a plasma charger shot. He knows that these weapons are incredibly illegal because they basically create balls, like giant cannonballs of pure plasma, which can basically shoot through anything. Like, even ship force fields can't withstand, like, pure balls of plasma.
Cybrix?
Yeah, what's up?
Keep your eyes out for pirates. This is plasma damage.
On it. And Cybrix does, like, start walking more cautiously as they approach the hole. And as they look inside, they see that all of the cargo seems to have been stolen. And they do see one of the Broxon crewmates lying on the ground. Now, what was odd about that, as they looked at the body, is he had a helmet on, a space helmet. Cybrix walked up and knelt down, tried to find a pulse. And he did find one. So this crewmate is still alive. The pirates, for some reason, seem to have kept him alive.
Aye. Got a live one?
Yeah. But why? They don't need them alive.
Maybe some sort of punishment? Their oxygen, at least if that's what they breathed, would have ran out eventually.
It's true.
But they're pirates. They could have any number of reasons.
Cybrix turns to Artemis. Can you go back to the ship and get the extra oxygen tanks?
Yes.
So Artemis hurries back to the ship and grabs the oxygen tanks and brings them back. And as she hands them over to Cybrix, he connects it to the crewmate's helmet, and more oxygen begins to pour in. And as it does, they can tell that the crewmate is starting to breathe a lot easier now.
Doesn't Deselect have like an ability, like where he touches metal and he can
Oh yeah, here let me look at that. Hang on, I think you're right. Let me flip through. I think that's part of his racial stuff. There we are. Okay, let's see. I found out that it actually wasn't the first people because the lady had been like so really been hurricane stuff so she said that the kids would have something. Yes. That's right. So yeah, if you put like your claw on the metal surface, it can be the floor or the wall, for a 60-foot radius, you can sense the presence of other beings.
I'd like to do that on the wall.
Okay. So Deselect, after seeing that the crewmate is now breathing, he quickly puts one of his claws on the wall, and he uses... Oh, hang on, I gotta look at the name of it. Electrolocation. And a slight electrical current starts streaming throughout the walls and the floor. And as they enter the cockpit area, there are 3 more presences. He can tell that the first 2 seem to be more crewmates who are lying on the ground. However, the third one is a presence of something standing.
All right. 3 things in the cockpit, 2 of which seem to be other crewmates. The third, I'm not sure. Standing, so probably awake.
All right. Cybrix pulls out his blaster and he prepares himself just in case. And I imagine as soon, Blue's been pretty bored this whole time. She thought there was going to be some fighting on this ship, and so far there's been nothing, just helping people. Ugh. But now that Cybrix has pulled out a weapon, she eagerly pulls out both of hers. So Cybrix slowly walks up to the cockpit door, and as he opens it, he sees 2 more crewmates who are both on the ground. However, they see a space pirate there. Specifically, the space pilot is a goblin. They know, all of them know goblins. Normally, goblins are fairly kind creatures, actually. They know their manners a lot of the time, and they're very polite. However, the criminal goblins are incredibly rude, and because of their small size, can be very annoying to capture. And they see that this goblin space pirate is doing something to one of the crewmates. Cybrix aims his blaster at the goblin. Put your hands in the air right now. The goblin turns. Oh, I can't if I don't do this now. And Cybrix kind of slightly pulls down on the trigger. You don't understand. If I don't do this, he'll die.
What are you doing?
We already stole all our goods. We don't need the crewmates to die. If I don't set up these space helmets, they won't have any oxygen. And he's quickly trying to finish putting on this space helmet onto this crewmate, which he finally does. Huh.
There we are. All right, then. Now, the garrison.
You were protecting them?
Why, of course. What do you think we are, barbarians?
Yes.
We space pirates do not kill just to kill. We kill for a last resort. We did not need them to die. They are not who we are after.
So wait, where's the we? There's no one else here.
Oh. We are the special cloaked team. We use cloaking devices on our ships. Oh, I probably shouldn't have told you that.
But you helped these people.
Of course we did.
Cybrix puts his blaster down.
Cybrix?
Cybrix begins to step away from the door. And he looks at Deselect. They didn't kill anyone.
They're space pirates.
I know what they are, but they didn't kill anyone. And who knows what Broxon had on this ship? Oh, shit. I didn't notice.
Oh. Damn.
Okay, yeah, dang it. Okay. Alright, well. I'll end it. I'll stop for tonight.
Wow.
Dang, that was good.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. Well, I guess since it's just us now, we can talk a bit about my idea for that friend of Deselect.
Hold on. I am going to stop recording.
Okay.
That'll be a short one.
Yeah, I know. Because I wanted us to get to the planet today.
Yeah.
To Talon 4. That was my goal. But oh well. Hey, at least we got to play. We haven't done that in forever.
Sorry about that.
Hey, no, it's perfectly fine, man.
Yeah, last time I was feeling like shit.
Hey, that's okay. We have those days. Alright, let me. I gotta name this goblin. What should I name this goblin? Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay, yes.
Well, it was about an hour.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
I just wanted it to be
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. I wanted it to be longer because some behind the scenes, since I love to give you guys behind the scenes. The whole Broxon ship thing wasn't even something I was originally going to do for this session. I was going to have us go straight to the planet, but I thought it would be a cool way to not only keep up the space pirate, like keep them in the plot, but also to introduce Broxon.
Yeah.
Now, I will say this session was basically it's set up for the two routes we could go down.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've guessed what those are yet.
Murder and not murder?
Well, I mean, kind of, but not really.
Yeah, not really, but the arguably more diplomatic option and the arguably less diplomatic option.
Okay, as a way to not completely give it away, but to kind of give you an idea, it's basically whether we are like our impressions of certain groups and factions, like whether our allegiances, like where our allegiances go. That's basically what will decide which route we go on.
Fuck the garrison. All my homies hate the garrison.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited to kind of like explain what would happen if we go with the other route, which I think I know which route we're going to go on, but I can't say for sure because, depending on how the story goes, things could change. Anyway, for your I have no idea how to pronounce that race's name, so I'm just going to call them the Soki. The Sokis, your Deselect Soki friend, who's basically a merchant on the black market. I was thinking that we had basically like we need something really bad, like a ship part or like some item that you couldn't normally get, and Deselect, like without any other good options, takes them to his friend at the black market.
Oh, what's up with my my D&D or my like pen and paper RPG characters and having ties to criminals?
I don't know.
Both the more like morally okay and morally bankrupt ones still have ties to criminals.
Yeah, really. Yeah,
in the black market.
Yeah.
I guess on like an alignment chart, it would be like chaotic good and chaotic evil or some shit.
Yeah. Well, it's I mean, that it's obviously up to you if you want that. Like, okay, yeah. So, I mean, do you want that?
Wait, what do I want?
Like, do you want like Deselect to have a?
Oh yeah, fucking absolutely.
Character like okay.
I think it's funny because like, come to think of it, I feel like every character I make, I'm going to end up having them have some sort of like criminal connections.
I mean, like I'm going to be completely honest because I've done tons of other D&D stuff on my other server. That just happens.
Yeah.
Like there are just character, like I've noticed there's like 2 or 3 character archetypes people will use when making characters for like a game. It's just, and that's just like, you know, what, like there's the main archetype that they use most of the time, and then there's like the other ones that they will use whenever they're like, you know, I want to do something different.
Yeah. I guess, like, it doesn't help that every character I come up with is some sort of rogue-ish type character. Like,
yeah,
like just kind of,
yeah, like not rogue in class necessarily, but like rogue in personality.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I mean, hey, you know, I think it works. I really like Desil. So what I really like about Desilex's character so far is, you know, he is like a scheming guy, and he's like, oh, you know, if I can get to the top of the rankings here, you know, I'll basically be the boss. I could be like Ishtar.
Yeah.
I could basically be like, you know, top dog above like all the other normal officers. But now that he sees that the commander is up to something and we don't know what it is, and like the fact that the higher ups, which I will say since the characters would know what she meant by higher ups, it's the government.
Yeah.
The government asked specifically to not dismantle Blue, but to have her join the garrison. It's, you know, when he realizes all that shady stuff is going on, he's, you know, he calls up the AI and he's like, hey, I don't know if I'm like cool with this anymore.
Yeah, because it's like usually he's the one scheming on other people.
Exactly. Right.
Now he's like, Jesus, is this what it feels like to be a fucking pawn?
Yeah. Well, I think there's that, but I think there's like a bit more complexity to it too, because it's like not only that where it's like, you know, oh, now I know how it feels to be a pawn, but it's also him
actually,
like, I think it shows his standards. Like he's okay with like kind of screwing people over as long in a way where it doesn't like get anyone truly hurt.
At the very least, not any more than what he deems necessary.
Exactly. Like, you know, he might like frame something or somebody for something, and it might get them arrested, but he'll make sure they don't get the death penalty, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, with something like this, where, oh, this is not good because the government wants us to use a killer robot to find criminals. Oh no.
Not only that, but I think having the criminals be like humanized, because I think that's what's sort of being set up, right? It's not.
Yes. Yeah. So what I'm setting up here in this session was the garrison appears to be morally gray, considering, you know, how our group is treated for the most part because of what they believe in and unfortunate things that happen to them that they have no control over. Like the only one out of the group who really deserves to be hated is Desilect, and that's because he's trying to scheme and push himself to the top.
Yeah.
And then now with this space pirate with the goblin, and you know, we don't quite know, and that's also what I'm trying to set up. Is like this goblin is nice, and he's saying, hey, you know, we don't have to kill these people. That's not what we're after. So I didn't kill them. I saved their lives. well, kinda, you know, even Deselect brought up like their air supply would run out eventually.
Yeah.
So you know, but you know, at least he did something.
Yeah.
But then at the beginning, we also see that there are also space pirates who are completely okay with like making a blockade to get into the star system, and if we don't pay them, then they'll kill us. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's a
like,
big.
Showing that it's not all like black and white.
Exactly. It's not all black and white for either side. It's very morally gray for both.
But I think I like a lot of the things that are being set up.
Well, thank you. Because I've really been thinking about like how this will go and everything. And this is only a slight spoiler, but but you already know they exist, so I think it's all right to say it. Whenever we actually get to the planet, we will meet the Jeremiads.
Yeah, I was thinking you were going to bring them up eventually, but
yes, I wanted because basically I want like everything to get set up here during like the first couple sessions, so we get everything set up, then we can go on some like other missions and stuff, and then we'll probably be like, depending on how we handle those missions and what happens, that will ultimately decide which route we ultimately go down.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's yeah, I'm very excited for where this campaign will go. Also, what I also really like about this campaign so far is that so far there hasn't been like any combat so far.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you know, don't get me wrong, we all love like the combat moments, and when like the epic moment happens, when you roll that D20 at the right moment to strike that final attack, like that's amazing. But I like this too because we get to know the characters really well, and we're kind of building up to like the first real combat encounter.
I like it because it'll make it either more satisfying or more complicated. It'll also allow us to get a better feel of like the game's different systems and stuff. So from like a game perspective, it's a nice progression, but also it gives me time to try and make more music.
Yes, which so I don't want to give too much away about this scene. Well, actually, it's technically two scenes. So depending on which route we go on, a certain character that we either have already met or will meet later on, depending on which route we go on, will either help us out during a situation or will be the situation that we need to get out of. If that makes sense.
It does.
So, and you know, since I'm not, since you know we're just having you make songs whenever instead of trying to have you like make a specific song, since that is difficult, and plus you know school and stuff makes that also difficult.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to specifically try to think of songs for that, but if you could, that would be cool, because those are scenes I thought of a lot, and I was like, man, if we had like some really cool songs for those scenes.
I think right now I've got like a couple sort of priority type things. I'd like to make some more like just, not really meant for anything specific type songs. I want to make some more combat themes, maybe make some that are a bit more focused than the last one. I'd like to make one that's a bit more intense.
Okay.
Yeah. Because the violence recommended is very, at least I think it's pretty like upbeat and shit.
It's I see what you mean. It's a very what's a good, it's a very RPG battle theme.
Yeah.
Where, it is like really catchy and it is a very good song, but it would only work for a situation where it's a battle that like we know we can win.
Yeah.
Like
it's very upbeat. It's very
like, yeah, let's take these guys down, instead of like, a very tense epic battle theme where it's like, oh shit, we gotta take this guy down, and it's like it's tough.
So I think I'm gonna try to get something like that, because I feel like we're gonna be having some fights like that before we have fights where it's But I'd also like to get blues theme, and I had this idea. I made a song like a year ago at this point called "Arguing with a Fucking Printer," and the song, like, I got binary for piss off, piss off, and like put that into notes where the zeros were like a low note and the ones were a high note, and I was thinking of doing something similar for blues theme.
That would, considering her personality, that would work incredibly well.
Yeah. I'm thinking blues theme is just going to be like a combat track, because I don't see it being used in any other situation.
Right. I wish I could give more of Blue's backstory away to help you make that, but all I can say is during like a part in her theme where it's like calmer than like the rest, it would be cool if you could put in like something that kind of sounds a little emotional, like a little sad, because well, I guess it doesn't have to do with her backstory really, it just has to do with her character, the fact that she was a robot created to kill things, which yes, that is, like, I'm not even going to hide that, yes, that is what she was made to do originally. So yeah, I think that would be cool.
Yeah, I planned on it. I'm thinking like it starts out as a very sort of a kind of brutal beatdown sort of thing, and there's a bit of a break in the middle where there's like a kind of emotional melody or something introduced, and then it kicks back into the beatdown sort of shit with some of the more emotional elements integrated into it, and then it just cycles back to being a beatdown.
Yes, that sounds perfect. Sounds actually perfect.
Originally, I was going to use like a real bass guitar on the track, and that's not happening because my fucking something is messed up to where every time I try to record the bass, I get a lot of like pops and shit.
Oh.
So it's genuinely unbearable to listen to.
Yeah, I get that sometimes when making my videos too, and it's incredibly annoying.
I
Because
was
it's like I had my take on this scene was perfect, but this showed up. Now I gotta redo it.
yeah. Oh my! It's bad too because sometimes the pops won't be in the recording, but the timing will slow down. Like the playback speed will get all fucked up. So I'm slowing down with it, and then I listen back to it, and it's like I'll have all these like random slowdowns and speed ups, and like I can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had that specifically, but I have had where sometimes when my videos get uploaded, and like one time it happened before that, like when it was just the video, for some reason it would I don't know why it does this, but it would make the audio lag so
Yeah.
that the video the video and the audio would get out of sync.
Yeah.
And what's even weirder is sometimes the first part of the video will be fine, but then the second part is where it gets out of sync, and it's like, well, why?
Yeah.
I don't want to have to upload this again.
Messing with audio is just the fucking worst.
Yes. Oh, yes, it is. And I mean, it's only the worst when you care about it, because if you don't care about it, you're like, it's good enough. But then if you're like you and me, and you listen to it and you hear that one imperfection, it's like, ugh, stop, get rid of it.
And I think it's especially bad considering my whole fucking hobby is dealing with audio shit. Like music composition is obviously all audio shit. So for me to sit here and say oh yeah, it's fucking awful. I was fighting for a while with the video editing software I use, DaVinci Resolve, because it would I would try to upload music and shit, and it would absolutely murder the audio quality, especially whenever things would start to get busy. So the drums would kick in, and then everything sounds like it's underwater. And I was using default settings, and I had to look up a guide online to figure out why that was happening.
Oh, yeah,
which was awful because no one was using DaVinci Resolve to upload music. So I had to try and look up similar problems.
And then you had to mess around with it to see if I get you, man. Yeah, that stuff is horrible. Anyway, I'm gonna go.
All right.
This was really fun, and I am very excited for us to continue on and figure out what the heck this goblin guy's up to.
It was very fun.
Yes, and I hope we do get to actually continue.
Yeah.
Of course, if something comes up again, this is perfectly all right. I'm just I do hope.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I shouldn't be having any more problems.
That's good.
All right.
All right. Well then, I'm gonna go, and I will talk to you later.
All right. See ya.
See ya.